Thank you for watching again. Welcome back to the channel. This is Side Hustle Inspiration, where I inspire good working class people to change the history of the human thought process and going from employee to entrepreneur. Thanks again for tuning in. Let me just adjust this camera real quick. Bear with me just one moment. Let's see. All right, that's not going to work. Let's see here. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. Thank you for tuning in. Today I'm gonna talk briefly about past failed relationships and how it can subliminally motivate you or give you the indirect inspiration to build a side hustle. You remember back in your teenage years, in your 20s, and maybe even your early 30s, you had a certain eye for someone and you just couldn't imagine life without this person. Even though you never asked this person to marry you, you had feelings for a certain person. You had such overwhelming joy when you thought about this person, and just having a conversation or staying on the phone talking to them all night, falling asleep together on the phone. You remember them good days when you were just so passionate about that special someone, and y'all would go to sleep. You still there? Yeah. No, you'd be sneaking up on your mama phone, running up her phone bill, either calling local or long distance. Still there, love?
Yeah, I'm still here.
But that type of, those relationships didn't work out. I want to talk a little bit about that today. You may sometimes look back on someone that you had an eye for that would hope would be with you for the rest of your life, but unfortunately, because of whatever circumstance, things didn't work out. Everybody, well, let me correct myself, almost everyone, including myself, has been through those types of relationships. Now, I know I don't really talk about dating and relationships too much on this channel. I got a little too much experience. I don't want to get into the meat and potatoes, because I could really go in like Kevin Samuels, and I try to stay away from that. Talking about dating and relationships on a niche-based YouTube channel, that's just a little too sensitive for me. But anyways, if you know, sometimes we're all human. Sometimes we reminisce about why some past relationships failed, why they didn't work, and you know, you may, I don't know, may occasionally wonder to yourself, is there something wrong with me? What did I do wrong? What did I say wrong? Or maybe you did or didn't. Those relationships failed for a reason. And I want to tell you this. You are not a failure. You're not a loser because the person didn't want you, because the person dumped you, because the person, whoever let you go, didn't see value in you. I can't recall how many times I done been rejected, I done been overlooked. I had a female dump me. I can't believe I'm telling this on camera. If she's watching this, she gonna know who she is. I'm not saying her name, because she was joking around with me one time while we were dating. She says, I'll take you to court. I'm just joking, or I'm just kidding. Nah, she wasn't joking. She was dead serious. She's planting the seed in my head. If you do something, I'll take you to court. I'll sue you. Yeah, I've been through that stuff. She had it in her mind to dump me. Comes and picks me up. This was more than a decade ago. Comes, picks me up, takes me out to TGI Fridays. On the way to TGI Fridays, she dumps me in her whip while she's driving, telling me, this ain't gonna work. She tells me in the car, this ain't gonna work. She dumping me on the way to the restaurant. This is a chick that got a degree from the University of Delaware. You know, and at the time, I ain't gonna front, I had some feelings for her. I did, even though we didn't date long. Well, I did. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna pull wool over nobody's eyes for the camera. I did. She gonna dump me in the car, yank on her arm, talking about this ain't gonna work. So she drives to TGI Fridays in Newcastle off of Route 13 near the Newcastle Farmers Market, takes me to dinner, pays for everything. I didn't ask her to pay for nothing. She's voluntarily doing all of this. Tells me, order anything you want off the menu. I can't believe I'm telling this. So I order anything I want. I ordered a strawberry daiquiri, and at the time I was drinking. I was still actively engaged in alcohol. I was I was still a full-time alky. So I had a strawberry daiquiri with, I think it was 180 proof in there or something like that. And I know definitely I had some alcohol in the strawberry daiquiri. And I did order anything I wanted. She paid for it. She tells me, I can't remember it was before the food came out or after the food came out, we were eating. All I can remember was this part: I'm in love with someone else. I'm going back to the past. I had already known this because there was a time that she brought me over her brother's house. She was living with her brother over in Elkton, Maryland. And while she was downstairs cooking me dinner, making me shrimp parmesan with crab or chicken breast with crab on top and tomato sauce or something like that, I was upstairs in her bedroom. She left me with her laptop and told me I could use her laptop and, you know, surf the internet and do whatever she wanted. Well, she had her Facebook account still logged in. So noticing that she had a browser window with her Facebook account still logged in, I think it was her inbox, she was still logged into her inbox or something like that. She was still talking to her ex. And her ex, I could say the name, I ain't gonna say his full name, but I could say the first name, Brant, B-R-A-N-T, Brant from Philadelphia. So she was in so many words talking about, I miss your daughter Morgie, not Morgan, Morgie, M-O-R-G-I-E. And so many words she was letting him know, even though they broke up, I hate it when you ignore me, it bothers me, and this and that and the third, and when we make love and this, that. I'm like, oh, you still talking to your ex while you supposedly with me. I had peeped all this game before she took me out to dinner and dumped me. So I already knew subliminally a breakup was coming. So I had already fixed my feelings to condition myself for the breakup. I didn't know when it was going to happen. I didn't know when she was going to say it's off between us, but I knew it was coming. So I already knew whenever she says it's over, don't give this virtual Jezebel no reaction. I'm gonna get myself organized up here. I'm gonna get it together and I'm gonna go start me a business. So she takes me to TGI Fridays. Long story short, she's like, I'm in love with someone else. I'm going back to the past. I messed her head up so lovely. I just kept on eating. I just kept on eating. I didn't say why, I didn't say nothing. She's like, her mouth didn't drop, but in her mind, she's like, he ain't give no reaction. He didn't even say nothing. He just kept on eating and drinking. What's he thinking? So, just kept on eating and drinking, carrying on cool conversation and whatnot. And by the time we finished eating, guess we was having a little small talk, but I never gave her no lip. I ain't giving no problems. She never got a problem out of me. And prior to her dumping me, we never had problems with each other. She's saying little stuff to here and there, letting me go that this relationship is temporary. I mean, just little off the cuff stuff. So I had already fixed myself up here. This is just gonna be, it's a quick fix. That's it. It ain't gonna last long. The time she paid for everything, and she didn't even finish eating her food. I was letting her know, you're not gonna waste that food. I'm just gonna take it home and I'm gonna eat your food. So I put her food in a little styrofoam plate, put it in a doggy bag, took it home and I ate the rest of her food, which, whatever. And after she dropped me off, she was like, let me know, I'll be back, this, that, and the third. What's up, man? I'll be back for you, this, that, and the third. I let her know straight up in her own whip, I don't do ex-girlfriends. That's it. You cut me off. You got one time to mess up. That's it. And I ain't gonna front. I did cry. I cried over it. I got all the tears, the feelings, disconnected, all of that, emotions, got all of that out of my system. And when I was all cried out, I was finished with it. I saw the mall, the shopping mall parking lot of Concord Mall off of Route 202. I walked right past her. I never said a word. I walked right past her like I didn't even know her. She looked at me. I looked at her. I kept going. So I'm sharing a piece of that to let you know that if you've ever been dumped in a past relationship that failed, let me assure you, that is nothing but spiritual and entrepreneurial protection. Do not go back contacting your ex. Do not go back contacting anyone that you dated, because 9 times out of 10, that was the person designated to you allegedly by the devil, by Satan, to ruin your life. You know, the heart fluctuates, and the heart is very deceiving at times. Our feelings, our emotions, our heart can deceive us. I'm telling you this from experience. If you think that that is the person for you, you go and marry that person can spiritually and entrepreneurially ruin your life. And I'm telling you this because if that female and I had stayed together and formed together and came together in marriage, that female could have ruined my life. I probably would not have been able to start a business or start a side hustle and share this with you, because a person, the wrong person, can get you in a rut. Somebody dumps you, the best way to get revenge is to move on with your life and start a business, start a side hustle. Remote work, side hustles, affiliate marketing, vlogging on YouTube, blogging, all of this is here to stay until this world is no more. And starting a business online after someone dumps you is one of the sweetest ways to legitimately get revenge. Move on and start a business. Shortly after this female dumped me, I started a business. I was inconsistent in the beginning. I purchased a domain name. I got me a virtual private server. Had a site installed, and I started creating content. And in the beginning, I was very inconsistent. I made very little money online. Over time, through consistency and wanting to do this as a full-time business, my passion grew. And I used a lot of negative experiences from my past, getting dumped back there by women because, oh, you ain't got the kind of job that a grown man's supposed to have, or you ain't making the kind of money, or you don't drive the kind of vehicle that I want my man to be driving. You can't afford that. Everything was mostly centered around status and money and, you know, how you dressing and how you looking. Not so much the level of education, but it was just the status. You don't have this. You ain't got that kind of money. You don't drive that kind of car. Or I don't want to be seen with you in public. I sometimes I made poor choices in the kind of women I dated. And what I thought was a decent female ended up, some of them were gold diggers. They tried to cover it up by saying, yeah, I don't, I'm not judging you because of that. But look at how long the relationship, the so-called relationship, lasted. But what I didn't look at the time was the failed so-called relationship was nothing more than protection for me. I was being protected from females that could have ruined my life. And it was because of that type of negative motivation that contributed towards my ambition to start my side hustle. This is what I want to share with you. You've been dumped. Excuse me. You've been written off. Oh, you're a nice looking person. You're a nice looking guy, but no, I can't see myself with you. You ain't got that status. You don't have the type of job. You ain't driving that kind of car. You ain't got the bank account like that. Don't think less of yourself. What the other person doesn't see in you, they're looking for instant gratification. You work on the betterment of yourself spiritually by examining yourself, strengthening your spiritual and your business character, and you work on the betterment of yourself educationally. If you have to go back to college and get your degree, you focus on bettering yourself. Do not allow anyone's opinion, don't allow anyone dumping you to bring you down to feel less about yourself. As I mentioned, the sweetest revenge after someone dumps you is moving on and starting a business. This female dumped me in I want to say August of 2009. Yeah, August of 2009. Shortly afterwards, I started my online business because I thought more of myself, and what she didn't see in me, I had refused to feel defeated. And not only did I start a business, but I was also in a transformation health community. And thank you, Lord Jesus. Hallelujah to God. By the grace of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, in which I am not a saint, I'm still an imperfect person. I'm not holier than thou. In October of 2009, I was afforded an opportunity, an all-expense paid trip. I didn't have to come out my pocket with nothing. And cash sent to me through the mail by a billionaire from Colorado. Flew to Colorado, all expense paid, hotel, everything paid for, everything. All I had to do was lose weight, work out, and get in shape and get on the plane and go fly to Colorado. That's all I had to do. And I already had strapped cash from this billionaire sent to me through the mail. By the grace of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, I was blessed to achieve a 26.2 mile marathon after this female dumped me. She told me, get organized. Jezebel don't know I got organized. I used part of her negative motivation. I did the transformation work, and I believed in myself, and by his help, I'm giving him the credit, because he loaned me the air to breathe to complete the marathon. The air I breathe don't belong to me, it belonged to him. Completed 26.2 miles almost on an empty stomach. The day of the marathon, I had no food in my stomach. I had water, vitamins, and on the marathon trail they gave me this little small package. It's called goo, G-U. Goo has niacin in it. It make your skin itch. But this day of the marathon, I was 183 pounds, and while I was out on the marathon trail jogging, the memories of this female dumping me, the way she did it, was coming to my mind. And I think I had teared up a little bit on the marathon trail because the memory of the way that she dumped me was hurtful. And I endured it. I took it like a man. I got organized. Get organized! I got organized. I did the transformation work, and by the grace of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, I I came through that marathon finish line at 5 hours and 45 minutes and 26 seconds. I didn't even run through the finish line. I jumped. I'm in a video with a billionaire from Colorado. Yeah, stuff got real. So I'm sharing that with you on video to let you know that you take a person's negative motivation. Don't feel less about yourself if somebody don't see the true value in you. You take that negative motivation, whether you're wrongfully terminated from a job because of religion, whether you are dumped by someone because you don't have the material possessions that they are looking for in a person, you don't feel less about yourself. You start a business and move on from that person. Because let me tell you the truth, the same person who dumps you, the same person who doesn't see value in you, once they discover in secret that you are doing good or you're getting rich without them, most, not all, most people who let you go will try to come back years later. They will try to speak. It ain't even worth it. Blow them off. Move on. Just, it was getting, when you look back and think, oh, this person dumped me, you will come to the conclusion that it was quite profitable. It was, let me see if I can say it, profitable. Are you listening? So don't let nobody bring you down. Don't let nothing what comes out of anybody's mouth, don't let nobody's actions tear you down to the point that you don't believe in yourself. If a person dumps you and they come back later trying to speak, you blow them off. They had their chance. And if they come back later talking about we won't get back together and we can get married, you better blow them off, because that could be the person that ruins your life. You go back to that person the second time, that is like giving someone an extra bullet for their gun that they missed you with the first shot. Okay? Don't do it. Do not give your ex a second chance. You take that negative motivation and you start a side hustle and you get rich. Get really, really rich. Really, really rich.
Really rich.
And you'll look back and you'll be thankful that you got dumped, because like I said, that's spiritual protection. That person could have been designated to ruin your life and you didn't see it in the moment because of your feelings. Nothing more than feelings. That's an old school song. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Well, I'm gonna leave that one alone. But this is just a little motivational video. You can start a YouTube channel talking about your past relationships, why this didn't work out, the good that you saw in it, and you can share advice with people in YouTube videos. That's one of the ways of profiting from your past experiences. You can start a blog discussing your past experiences and giving out relationship advice. If you see the red flags from the person doing this or saying that, that's a red flag. I mean, there's ways of profiting off of your ex. So don't feel less about yourself. Don't feel like life is not worth living without them. You move on with your life and start a business. Your ex would hate to discover that you became a millionaire off of what they did to you, or you're in the process of becoming a near future online millionaire. Part of the reason is because of them and what they did to you, and little do they know, they profited you by giving you the subliminal motivation to believe in yourself entrepreneurially and to start a business on the internet. Their soul will be bothered, their spirit will be bothered, their mind, their heart, they will be bothered. What? They're using what I did to get rich. That would eat them up. They would try to play cool if they came across you, or, you know, if they're in front of people. They would try to play cool, play it off like it ain't bothering them. But when they somewhere by themselves, that the thought of you getting rich off of what they did to you, how they treated you, mistreated you, the things that they said and did and how they pitted others against you, that would tear them up. That you're getting rich, you're making money off of what they did to you. It's possible. You can become a millionaire off of your ex. And the internet is the best place. Waking up to money in the morning is a beautiful feeling. It's called passive income. Yes, sir. So don't doubt yourself. Don't start playing them old Anita Baker love songs. What could have been. Don't start playing this Kool and the Gang and the SOS band. You turn that crap off. Clean this up. You know, there's a person that I listen to occasionally from time to time, and they give positive messages, and they have this saying: if all minds are clear, clear your mind. Clear your mind. Get organized up here. Formulate a business plan online, whether you're going to start a YouTube channel or a blog, and work on this as a passion project. Start it up. And you know what? Let your family and friends know, and even mutual friends of the person that you used to know or used to date from the past. Let those people know that you're starting a blog and a YouTube channel. Let them know. You know what I'm saying? So you indirectly letting the person know through other people. And build your business. Stay in your lane. Don't drop their ex's name in videos or blogs, because then you can be sued for defamation of character or name dropping. Name dropping is not good. Don't drop a person's name. If you drop a person's name, you drop a first name. Leave it at that. Just like the female I was just telling you about with the degree from University of Delaware, I'm not dropping her name, because she dead serious about what she told me. She will take me to court, even though she don't live here no more. She live in another state. I know what kind of car she got a Mercedes today. I could care less. She can take it and go to hell, because you can't take the material stuff with you into eternity. I was just saying that as a virtual take the Mercedes to hell with her, but you can't take the material things to the, you know, you can't take the material things to the grave with you. I could care less if she got a Mercedes. I could care less if she got a degree from the University of Delaware. It don't mean nothing to me. This is material stuff. This whole world is temporary. I'm temporary. Believe in yourself. Don't contact your ex. If they reach out to you, ignore them. But if you feel that you must say something, be respectful. Do not disrespect. Don't call them no names. And most importantly, let your words be few. And if they want to say anything about, I notice you have a business, you cut the conversation off, and you cut them off. Ignore them. You really don't have any business talking to them in the first place if they reach out to you years later. You don't really, just ignore them altogether. But if you feel that you must say something, let your words be few. Preferably 1 or 2 word responses. Make it very, as we say, close-ended. Close-ended sentences, close-ended reactions, close-ended responses. Very close-ended. Don't give them no opportunity to keep the conversation going. You know, build your business, defeat your ex, and become a millionaire. That would bother them for the rest of their lives, while they have to get up and go to a job just over broke. All right, so hopefully you got the takeaway from this video that you continually believe in yourself. If you've been dumped in a relationship, like I said, it is nothing more than protection. Do not go running back trying to contact that person, because the second time around you are giving the person a bullet for their gun for the shot they missed you with the first time around. All right, this is Side Hustle Inspiration, where I inspire good working class people to change the history of their human thought process and going from employee to entrepreneur by taking adversity and creating passive income online opportunities by getting into the side hustle mindset. Thanks so much for watching. Over and out. Peace.